Let's welcome him, Mr. Mike Bolhuis. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, and you? How are you guys doing? Thank you for the opportunity.
We're doing well, and we say all praises. Yes, we haven't spoken in a while, so what's the latest crimes? We've seen a lot of cybercrime, and it's escalating, especially now with people using different methods. And of course, I always tell people one of the crimes that you have mentioned to us, because you are in this game and in this checking what's happening, the latest, those who are involved in numbers, economics, they checking the rand, the value, this, that you are involved in this year. So you can tell us currently in this cyber realm, which many are involved in. And of course, now if you're not, it becomes, and just the other day, I went to the bakery, it was yesterday, and they put a sign there, if you have items under 20 rand, we don't accept your card, or you can't pay with your Standard Bank card. So I said, but we, in this day and age, you still have a sign like this here. I don't even have a wallet anymore that has coins or notes, because it's all become like this here. It's a cash-free environment. We're just using our apps and all of this here. So advise us, what is currently, you would say, in this cyber crime? What's the latest here?
Yeah, so what you've been saying is very true. The world has changed, and especially now with AI booming, more and more things and elements will change to a level where you will just press a button or ask by voice note, for instance, ChatGTP and Meta and any and all other platforms, or Google. You can just literally sit on a chair and only go to the toilet and back into the kitchen and eat, and the rest of the day you can do everything on your phone. So this is to the advantage, obviously, of the human race, but they must remember, and I give a clear warning, they must still revert back to be physically fit and physically able. And I've seen that has deteriorated a lot. I see a lot of obese people. I see a lot of unhealthy people. And we many times don't discuss this topic, but it's very important. A healthy mind creates a healthy body, but a healthy body creates a healthy mind as well. So it is important that people are active, that they walk distances, that they do exercises, that they eat well. I also see a lot of people just eating junk food. Just, eat because they have to eat, not that because they want to eat. So, the human race is totally and absolutely changed. And it's totally and absolutely influenced by today's day and age regarding cyber. Now, the cyber umbrella includes social media, WhatsApp groups, all groups, platform profiles, and all forms of communications where it is enjoyable or just jokes or communications and or business transactions, contracts. You can be the president, or you can be the poorest man on the street with just a cell phone. Eventually, the reliance is on the cell phone. I always make a joke statement by saying that you can, any and everywhere in Africa, when you bump into somebody, you will have two things, cigarettes and a cell phone. But it's a huge problem. Cigarettes, as well, as I said before, is the biggest killer on earth. And the human race is in an extreme dilemma where, as I've said, that they are being usurped and totally controlled and influenced by digital and electronic communications. And that's what we must be aware of. And that can make you extremely lazy physically, but your mind as well. And that can actually just make your mind and your brain grow in a specific direction, and that is the total reliance of digital and electronic communications, platform profiles, and devices that you are involved with and using. And that's dangerous, because then you're susceptible to what you receive, and not everything that you receive is real. Some of it is fake, and some of it is extremely dangerous, and it's becoming more fake and more dangerous. So nowadays you get so many videos of so many people like Donald Trump and about wars and about what you must do and not do, and then it sounds too good to be true, then it usually is in any way, but it influences people and some believe it and fall for it. And the cyber criminals, anything God creates for good for us or allow us to create because of what God has given us the ability, Satan will use for evil. It's obvious. And this is what the cyber criminals will do. So anything presently that we are talking about, you can be assured that the cyber criminals know of it and will use it to their advantage. So the cyber criminals' biggest desire is to get hold of your information, your phone. So that's the number one point I want to make. If a cyber criminal can get your phone or inside your phone, he has you, because he can use that information to his advantage and exploit it and take what he can take and do what he can do, and or extort you and threatening you with your private information, like naked photos, sextortion, like private information, etc., etc. So you have a phone, and you must make sure that that phone is clean. You must clean it every night. You must do the effort. You spend, say, 3-4 hours. Most people spend at least 3 to 4 hours a day on their phone, businessmen more. Then you must at least put half an hour and clean your phone. Make sure that you know your phone like the palm of your hand. Study the booklet. Don't just take a smartphone and use it. Find out exactly what it can do and also what it cannot do. But be very, very careful that you take a smartphone and just use it without knowing exactly what it can do. It's very important to be very responsible in what you send out by doing vetting and evaluation, and identification is number 2. Don't just send out anything. Don't get something and then think, oh, I'm going to be quick and send it out. Just send it. Always do a complete verification, identification, evaluation, and a risk analysis. If this information that I've received is true, then if it's absolutely true, is it to my advantage? Is it to my neighbor's advantage? Is it to the advantage of my community and to South Africa and to the world? Then you send it out. People are too hasty to just send shit out, left, right, and center. And there is so much fake news and so much stupid and unnecessary things. So that become that kind of, we in Afrikaans say mondspoelers, which directly translated means that just it's like verbal diarrhea. They just spew out whatever, the useless communications. And that becomes a habit. And you get used to it. So number 3, I'm nearly finished. Number 3, never leave your phone unattended. Never give your phone to somebody. I have a stalker. Her name is Maria Commons. We have sent out projects about her several. And she gets it right by just walking straight up to people and saying, listen, I'm an agent of Mr. Mike Bolhuis, or I work for Mr. Mike Bolhuis, or I'm undercover for Mr. Mike Bolhuis. The stories that she has told people to convince them to just give the phone to her because she wants to send me a message. Then they give the phone to her. In the meantime, she's a wanted criminal. She's a stalker. And she's extremely dangerous, actually, with information. And then she would send me the most horrific voice notes, yelling at me, screaming at me, swearing at me, and attacking me incredibly. We have probably by now over 500 voice notes collected in the years. So that's what I want to warn people. Don't give your phone to a stranger, ever. Never, ever. If a stranger comes to you and he wants to urgently send a message, you send a message. If he wants to make a call, an urgent call, you make the call. You never give your phone out to somebody. You must always make sure that, as I've said, to keep your phone clean. You must make sure that whatever you do with your phone is correct and not fake or wrong or dangerous. And you must never, ever leave your phone unattended. And when you do, you must put it off, completely off, after you've cleaned it. And you must make sure that you have proper several passwords.
Okay. That term you said in Afrikaans, now we did Afrikaans back was in high school, so maybe we can just brush up. I don't think I ever came across this term, and we had proper, solid Afrikaans teachers.
Lekker.
So mobs pulls. How do you say that?
Mond.
Oh, mond, mouth. Yes.
M-O-N-D, mouth.
Yes.
Mondspoeler.
Mondspoeler.
It's somebody that just, it's like, as I've said, it's verbal diarrhea. They just spew it out, whatever comes to mind or whatever they receive, they just forward.
Mondspoelers.
Mondspoelers, yeah.
Good. At least we learned something. When I was, there's few things here I need to discuss with you. It was on Friday. We see, because we're involved in the news and that. So I saw this disturbing article. It's on BBC. And they said in Shenzhen, that's in China. Now there was one person, he was at the Shenzhen, one of the hotels there. They don't give the name exactly. And a few weeks later, he comes back and he is now scrolling through his phone and he's on his social media platform. And he's apparently addicted to these. And I know you've warned strictly against going onto these pornography websites and all of this, how they scam you and how they use your body and your face. And then they come back to haunt you, threatening you, and you must pay this amount. And then, so this particular victim, he was there in his hotel in Shenzhen, China. Few weeks later, he's just scrolling, going on to his usual social media platform and checking pornography, this, that, the other. And he's searching for now all this illicit, shameless adult content. Suddenly he freezes because he sees a video of himself and his partner, and this was there in China, Shenzhen. Now it's all of a sudden on. So they say there was a hidden camera there, and BBC is warning about these hidden cameras in hotels. So what's this? Can you give us any ways to protect ourselves? Because we're just going innocently staying in hotels.
It's possible that they filmed him or somebody filmed him, and we also don't know if he's telling the truth.
Okay.
There's two things when somebody says something. It could be the truth, a half-truth, or it could be a complete lie. So if I haven't read the story, I don't know the story, but you've explained it quite in detail. The possibility that there was a hidden camera in the room, if he's had a girl or his wife or partner, they can film him and use it, and they sell those videos. What is interesting is that you've not said that he was threatened or intimidated or asked to pay money. He just was scrolling through his normal platforms on the sexual sites, and then he saw himself there. But it could also be that he has at a stage did FaceTime or sent photos or information of himself, or they have retrieved some of the sites of his information as a constant joiner to the group, because they have regulars. And was facilitated with some information of himself, that they have AI videos of him, as you've said before. This I've explained it, that nowadays I can take any person and change him doing things in any way I like, and it would look exactly like the person. You still pick it a bit up if you look at the most AI. Mocking and joking videos of President Trump, for instance, you can see it's AI, because he wouldn't dance like Mick Jagger, and he wouldn't do those things that they jokingly portray him of. But if they were to take, for instance, his whole body and move, which is internationally the most known, they can create him in bed with another woman on a video and audio. So that's where it's going to. And you'll get those that do it, but fortunately, the platforms are quite strict. So the platforms might pick it up, especially when there's flags on specific people that might be put in a bad light. And it's a criminal offense. And obviously, extreme security institutions in the world like FBI and CIA are monitoring these things, and they're cyber experts, and they pick it up. And they can find out who has created this and who has made this, and then they'll take quick and drastic steps. So that there is a bit of a fear amongst these cyber criminals not to originate something or do something other than normal joking. Because the normal joking, they push it far nowadays, but they've not come to the level of, sexually portraying Putin or any serious leader in a sexual video or content. But in this situation, it's possible, the scenarios as I've explained, and it's unfortunately. So I would like to get the story. You must WhatsApp it for me when you're done. I'd like to do a bit of an investigation on it, and I want to give a better answer for you when we talk again on that.
Okay, that will be good. I will WhatsApp you. Now, coming to this here, yesterday I was, someone asked me for my bank details. So I said, okay, let me share, because I know I changed my branch. So I said, let me send the latest one with the newer branch and the branch code and the rest. But before I went, I think I pressed one of the buttons and on the Standard Bank app. So it said, to go into this information, we will need to know where you are at this time. And we need to, like you said earlier, FaceTime it's about. So we want to see your face and confirm that this is you. You'll have to take off what we call our topi, our hat, and you will have to take off your glasses, all of this. I just didn't feel comfortable with this. Like, how do we now trust that this is all of a sudden okay? Because they're asking for my place where I am at this moment. They're asking for my...
This is a Standard Bank app.
Yes, on the app.
Yeah, then you must. It is good. Look, if it's a Standard Bank app, it will clearly show it's a Standard Bank app. Like a Discovery app, FNB app, they show. The apps that are there for the banks is very, very good. Okay. Like, for instance, I'm with Discovery as well and Standard Bank. So Discovery is very, very sophisticated. So they're not on the fingerprint yet, but they are on the selfie. You must take a selfie, and then you must also look into the camera, and you must blink slowly. And then obviously there are passwords and so forth and so forth. And if I have another caller on the line, they will tell me, listen, there's another caller on the line. So, for instance, I'm on a call with my Discovery agent, and I want to go into the banking app. It will tell me that this caller is in, and can I proceed? So it communicates with you. So if it's a Standard Bank app, and it's a real Standard Bank app, I've not heard of fake apps yet. I have heard many of fake banks calls and fake bank institutions, managers and people working at a bank making as if, presenting themselves as if they're from the bank. That's a different story. If it's just a call and these questions are asked, you must be wary. But when it's an app, and it's a definitely Standard Bank app with all the signs and all the the app display in its totality, it shows itself, it identifies itself, you must and you can. But these, you get a call from a bank official saying, listen, we need this, that from the other, somebody's bothering you, trying to get into your account, there's a possible hack, we want to shift the money to one of your other accounts, we're going to send you an OTP. That's all bullshit. You must watch out for it. If any bank calls, telephone or cell phone calls come through, here's what you do. If they start asking you questions, even if they read you your ID or your bank details and they read anything and everything of you, say to them, sorry, sir, madam, I am aware of many scams that has been committed in this manner. Please send me an email with all your details, your branch, and the address, and all your telephone numbers, and then I'll call back. That's what you do. Then you'll get a professional Standard Bank email with all the Standard Bank paraphernalia on, with all the person's details and stuff. You check it out, then you can speak to that person. But if that person starts but we have to do this quickly, then there's something wrong. You must not only put the phone down, you must just tell them you've identified them now as a scammer and going to report them. And then you put the phone down and then you report the line. You must report the line. People usually just put the phone down and leave it. You must report it and then block the line. You report it first and then block the line.
That's interesting because it was just a few weeks ago I had this phone and miraculously it just got missing now all of a sudden. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I put it in some place. I'm still searching for it. But the current phone that I'm using now, so I received a call, and this person, like you've just mentioned now, normally it says scam or something, then we just cut it. We don't even entertain it. So, but this call, I took it, and it was, he greeted me with the Islamic greeting, and he says, I know you working for this organization. We need a lot of help and assistance, please. We need money and the rest. Believe it or not, when I put that call down, and then even this morning when I needed your number, I had to contact one of my colleagues. I said, I lost all my numbers. When I put that call down, I lost all my contacts. And shortly after that, I received an email, I received a notification from Gmail saying that someone is trying to access your Gmail account, and this is somewhere in Sandton. So then it gives you a tick and a cross. So I put a cross. No, that's not me, because they ask, is this you trying to, because it's from a different device, and so I put a cross. That's not me. But what do you think happened here?
Yeah, this is very interesting. I have to do, and in cases like that, we get many of these complaints, exactly like you say it, but you have to investigate it. We have to see, for instance, we have to infiltrate your phone and see what you've done wrong that day. Something must have happened from that side that made you do something that you shouldn't have done, because your contacts cannot just disappear.
Okay.
But sometimes when people, not deliberately, it's never deliberately, you're in a bit of a, you're a bit frantic or do something and you press a button, then things can disappear on your phone. With smartphones nowadays, you've probably many a times, and the listeners many a times have found that, oh, shit, I've pressed the wrong button. You understand? It happens. And even sometimes when people call, somebody will unfortunately just quickly answer and press the red button if they're not the green. It can happen. It's a human error. But in a case like that, where if it's an extreme hacker, the possibility of just making a call and making your stuff disappear is that cannot happen.
Okay.
Nobody can just on a call do something on your phone. You have to, that person has to, in some way, be able to infiltrate your phone. And the cyber criminals is not interested in making your numbers disappear. They will be interested in getting all your numbers. Cyber criminals is not interested when they call you to fiddle with your phone. They want to get money. Remember, any criminal that calls you, his main aim is to get enough of you as possible to use that against you in order to get money. So the main aim always, all listeners must remember that. Cyber criminals is after one thing and one thing only, and that's money. And in order to get that, they need the information between you and them. That's it. So when you answer your phone and it's a spam or a scam line or whatever it is, just be careful when you operate on the phone. Just answer the phone, identify the scam, and then put the phone down or tell them you're going to report them. You don't even have to warn them, but you can just put the phone down, click on the number, report, write the report, and then block the line. Because otherwise they will keep calling. But the criminals have got, these cyber criminals have got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of numbers. Thousands.
Before we leave you, I just want to say thanks for two things. In the past, I remember it was also last year, sometime before, and we did ask you for some advice with regards to a lot of hijackings taking place whilst we gone into the mosque, into the masjid, and whilst we're praying then. So you did advise us well, and we say thanks for that as well. Many mosques now, they have their security guards, which you have advised in the past. So they've got their security guards watching there. Some, they don't even have weapons in it, but it's made a major difference. So especially, in this month where we, for 2 hours, we are just in the mosque and there's nobody outside. And that's where a lot of hijackings were taking place. So that's the one thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you've advised us on many occasions, and I've coached you quite a bit recently as well, of taking photographs, posting your families, and all your belongings and everything on social media and the rest. You're giving away. This is like golden for the kidnappers. They don't even need to do some research or anything. You're giving it to them on a platter. So those two things, yes. Anything else you would like to say? We're just ending the program now.
Yeah, kidnapping is not going to go away, and they are always on the lookout for soft targets, and they are always looking for religious people and rich people, obviously. Once again, the main aim is to target soft targets that is wealthy, that has a lot of money, and in their view, if you can call it their survey view, they have found that many people that are immigrants in our country or are South Africans in our country but from another country, like Indians and Pakistanis and even Americans or Europeans, to them is they immediately see big bucks and money. And it is the narrative amongst the kidnappers that those people many a times operate with cash and gold and jewelry and have it at their homes. So I would once again want to warn, nobody must keep any valuables whatsoever at their homes at all. Extreme valuables now, monies under the mattress and gold, and don't keep anything of extreme value at home. And two, all churches and all religion meetings and business meetings don't draw attention whatsoever, and have security guards, as you've said. This is unfortunately what it's come to. And yes, it is. It's a very bad situation that we find ourselves in. And don't take photos of yourself and anything of your belongings and your holidays. And clean your phone and keep it clean, and don't send stuff around. And if you have groups, make sure that the groups are the ones you fully and totally trust and has listened to this conversation and to your warnings. And the groups must be steered with extreme discipline and rules and regulations. Then you're quite safe. And needless to say, if you are kidnapped, they're going to use your phone. And you must make sure that you do not have information on the phone that they can use. You must always think, if you're a rich businessman and if you do have money, you are a target in South Africa. End of. There's no other way to say it. So you have to make and think and visualize. All right, I'm caught now by the criminals. They got my phone. What can they do? They can, and they're brazen. They will phone the bank and say to the bank, do the transfer, or we kill him. We have a case where people were shot. when the bank manager refused. So it does happen. But if your phones are set in such a way and your bank limits and transfers are set in such a way that it can only transfer small amounts and only once and not twice, then that must be done. Rather have the inconvenience when not kidnapped that you have to do more transfers than have a limit of 500,000 or $1 million, because you need to restrict all your financial transfers and abilities. I have had a kidnapping case now where a guy was taken, and he's a very rich man, and eventually his settings was only on 50,000 only once a day, and I think they got 150,000 from him, but he saved millions, and they let him go afterwards, because the risk of keeping him makes the possibility of them being caught bigger, and they'd rather go and kidnap another guy. So in the end of the day, kidnapping is not going to stop. They are going to get something of you when they have you, because they're going to force you to call the bank. They're going to force you to do all those security checks on your phone. They're going to see what they can transfer. They're going to take you to an ATM. They're going to do all of that.
Yes.
We've explained that in detail. But you and the banks must make an arrangement that it must be extremely difficult
for them, yes.
And then obviously, if you can have none of that on your phone, it would be better. So, for instance, let me close with this. An extreme businessman must keep his financial endeavors not on the phone that he wears and operates with during the day. He must keep it on another device, and that is kept in a safe, and that nobody knows of, or only the people that he works with. So if he's then caught and the criminals open his phone, they will see that he does not work with the money at all. That's nothing on his phone. The only way then the criminals can get money is by contacting the family and paying a ransom.